Hi guys, a quick one to draw your attention to the latest video by the shitweasel that calls itself We Got a Problem. Now remember, this shitweasel told you the EU fined Italy €7.5 million for closing its borders to protect the world from disease, when in fact the EU finally fined Italy for not repaying its money which was diverted to Sardinian hotels. The EU has been trying to recoup this money, around €13 million, since 2008, and 2020 it finally got a ruling from the EU court fining Italy for this embezzlement. This shitweasel's latest video focuses on Trump's statements about ventilators to deal with this particular disease. And I'm just going to deal with one of its assertions for brevity. The assertion is that the Huffington Post published a distorted article based on bent tweets. Now I'll let him tell you in his own words, while you can read the actual Huffington Post article yourself.
Welcome to the video, guys. So, the New York Times or its authors have been up to no good yet again. And as expected, it's in relation to Trump, because the only thing more potent in America than the current human malware situation is the Trump derangement syndrome that these woke journalists and media types have been completely infected with, to the point where they're even putting deceptively edited quotes out there from the president relating to the current human malware crisis. So, pretty low if you ask me. And Breitbart have picked up on this, calling them out for it, as well as people on Twitter who heavily ratioed most of their tweets. Breitbart's article headlines, New York Times authors deceptively edit Trump quote on medical ventilators, and one of them even has the audacity to try and defend her deceptively edited tweet. It's literally New York Times level of low. At least 8 New York Times authors shared a deceptively edited quote Monday from President Donald Trump's recent call with state governors, creating the false impression that the president is denying federal support for ventilators that are needed in hospital treating human malware patients. In his message, the president recommended that states procure respirators and ventilators because it would be faster, but added that the federal government will be backing you, which you will all agree is a good statement to hear from the president at a time of need. He is telling them, get what you can yourselves, we will be here to back you up if you are struggling to source them. The Times journalists omitted the bulk of the president's statement as they shared the story on social media. The misleading partial quote was also boosted by a CNN correspondent and became the lead headline at the left-wing Huffington Post. Yeah, because I assume they just took the tweet and didn't actually bother reading the article or his quotes that came with it.